All right, we are back. Okay, so if you like drama, if you like absolute power struggles, if you like the balance between good and evil, if you like the Pope, if you like people standing on chairs in the Vatican, if you like boats, water, if you like misery, even misery, this is the place for you. This is the channel because I went to Italy and the Pope was there, people was standing on chairs, and there was misery. What more do you want? This is drama. So, what happens when you take 3 people from different countries, throw them on a Flixbus, and then ship them to Italy in a little green package? We're on our way to Italy. We buy ourselves a $50 train ticket. We're located in Nuremberg, which is 2 hours north of Munich. So we hop on the train, Nuremberg to Munich, where I took this photo. Wow, absolutely stellar. We get to Munich, we jump off our train, jump onto a Flixbus, and that took 12 hours with 3 smoke stops for all the Europeans that are just out here huffing, bro. We get to Rome. We get to Rome and we check out, where do we check out? We check out the Colosseum, where I took this lovely picture. That looks like garbage with the highlights way overexposed, but it kind of has that texture and the scale. You see that little homeboy down there? That's called scale. You see how big this bad boy is. It's wild. Huge place. Very cool. We walk around a bit, and before we meet, debatably one of the most likable people I've ever met, we found these 2 couples chilling. They didn't know I was there. I knew they were there. You already know. We were out there. I took this photo and this photo. One's a little bit more zoomed in. Which one do you like more? I don't know. I think I like the zoomed out one because it gives scale. Keyword of this video is scale. So we take this gorgeous, absolute piece of art of this couple standing there. Unbelievable. Absolutely immaculate. So we go around, take a few pictures. Here's some of the streets, of the trees and the streets and the buildings and what have you in a city like Rome. Here's a gate we found. Cool gate, kind of overarching little walkway. Come on, do you not want that? I want that. And then we meet our homeboy. I forgot his name, bro. I forgot this name. We'll call him Rome Boy. Why? Because he was in Rome. This man, most likable man ever, he starts off talking about, oh my gosh, the good, the evil, the power, the drama, the spite, the history, but it's all about the legacy in Rome. And after these words, bro, he had me hook, line, and sinker. Here's a clip of him explaining this little garden that we were in. It was rad. Didn't take any photos because there's nothing there. But it's like in the middle of Rome, and then there's these little jurisdictions from the Vatican, which will come up later. But we head around in Rome, see all these big cool things, and here's a photo of a big cool thing. It's some fountain. It's sweet, it's giant, it's got Poseidon on it, I think. It's got Poseidon, bro. Homeboy Poseidon just chilling, carved out of marble. That's alright, but one thing that's just hard in places like this, especially in Rome where you got the Pantheon, the Colosseum, stuff like this, it's one, there's 700 people there, and it is too many people, bro. So many people in these places, and the thing is, they're so big. It's like, and it's art. It's already art. It's like I take a picture of it, and it doesn't do anything different that any other picture would have done. So here's a picture of something that already looks cool, and my interpretation or photo makes absolutely no difference on whether it looks good or not. But it's there, and then we spend one night in Rome, or 2 nights, and we spend 2 nights in Rome. On our second day in Rome, we wanted to go to the Vatican, and it was a Sunday, and we just ended up getting there perfectly on time for the Sunday Mass, which I'm not Catholic, but it was cool to see 200,000 people in this ancient city area, and I really liked a lot of these photos. Here's a photo from on the way. It's got layers, it's got depth, it's got patterns in the bottom left-hand corner, and I really like layers. I like the fact that, like, for example, the balconies are in 3, you know, you have the stairs, some sort of direction there, and then you just look deeper and deeper and there's layers. That's cool. But one of my favorite parts from this experience at the Vatican was seeing all of the different people from around the world You had all of these different flags from people from all around the world, and I really, really enjoyed to see that. That's the Pope sitting there, just not quite enough reach on the lens to get any good photo of him, but you kind of have, you know, the people's heads framing the looking and the matching red colors and these just giant pillars. It looks cool, you know? I wish I would have had like a telephoto on me. I didn't. That's okay. It was super cool because the service was awesome. They had a bunch of different languages incorporated because, you know, the congregation was super international. And after after the service, when the Pope gets on his golf cart and goes driving around and everybody's going crazy, you get these photos. Like, I don't know. I really, really liked the idea that everybody's coming together at this religious place, religious like kingdom almost, like this like Catholic kingdom, this palace area, and everybody's on their phones taking pictures. Like, I was with my camera taking pictures, so I'm just as much to blame, but here's a few photos of people just being on their phones, taking pictures. Here's a dude, the second the service got over, Pope started driving around, stood up, started smoking a ciggy. I mean, I found that humorous. And here's the back head of like a pastor, not a pastor, a priest. It's a cool photo because of the lighting, I think. It's just a lot of colors, ladies looking at him. Cool photo, but we're walking out of this area and there's so many people here crammed into one space. And I turned to my friend and I go, you know what would be really funny right now? If we all started screaming and panicking, like sarcastically, and this priest turns around and he goes, good idea, let's start. I'm like, it would be wild if we just started screaming and panicking right now. I said this completely ironically, sarcastically. And this priest turns around, he goes, yo, we should start right now. And I'm like, homeboy's got bigger plans than I do. Bro, homeboy's trying to start a riot, bro. I had the idea, but the priest led it further. Yeah, it was a cool place. I like these pictures of people on their phones. It was awesome experience. And then we head out over to Pisa. The thing is with Pisa, I actually like it way more than I think I should, because you go to Pisa, there's the tower. And you're like, what's the tower doing? It's the same thing. It's the same tower that you see in all the photos. It's leaning. You go up there, you look at it, and you're like, okay, it's a tower that's leaning. It's in this cool garden area, and there's, you know, like fields and stuff where you can chill. Not really much else. But what there are people, I swear, if you were to take these photos and show them to aliens, if aliens come to Earth and they land in Pisa, we're done. We are obliterated. Nukes, laser beams, solar cannon, bro, blow this place up, because this is what you see people doing in Pisa. And of course, it's like, what are you gonna do? What else is there? There's the tower. It's doing the tower thing. You're gonna go there and do the tower thing. It's like, okay, cool. Sign this contract. Here's my favorite photo from Pisa. This is humanity. This is what humanity is. You have homeboy crouching over, taking a photo of his lady with the ice cream cone. Cool picture, I'm sure. I didn't get a better picture in Pisa, but I love this photo. This is my favorite photo out of Pisa by far, because it's just, you look at it and you're like, what are the humans doing, bro? What is happening in Pisa? But realistically, we walked around Pisa for a bit. It was cool. We had to get back to our train station. I'm walking down the street with my friends, going to the train station, and I see homeboy to the left, middle-aged man, Minnesota Twins hat. I stop, I look at him, I point and I scream. I say, yo, are you from the Twin Cities? Because you know this is where I'm from. He goes, yes. Bro, it's been a while. I've lived in Europe for a minute, and I don't see people from Minnesota Twin Cities. I see a man with the Twins hat, makes my day. Unbelievable. Great experience. So we're in Pisa for half a day. We go Rome, Pisa, and then where do you go? Where do you go? You go to Florence. So we go to Florence and we check out this cathedral. If you guys know where this cathedral is or what it's called, write it in my absolutely atrociously bussing comments section, because I forgot the name. But here's a photo of the courtyard. Courtyard's rad. And here's another photo of the courtyard. And I'll even throw in a photo on the inside of the church. Nothing stellar. It's a church, a big church. It was cool. I you know, from my last video, I have a thing for European churches. Growing up in America, our churches are not hitting like this. But in Italy, actually, unlike Germany, to a large degree, you have to pay for every church. So we pay, I don't know, we pay $9 to go in this church. I'm in the middle of the church. My friend Sergio, he says, there's a museum. So we're in the middle of the church. We paid for the museum. My friend Sergio says, hey, I'm in the museum. Go straight and to the left from where you are. And I'm like, all right, I'll go straight to the left. So I go straight down the hallway, this photo I took, to the hallway to the left. There's a small area and people are just dead silent. And there are these beautifully handcrafted doors. And I saw Sergio go in this direction before he left, all right? You guys will see plenty of Sergio in this video. So I see Sergio go in this direction and I'm like, okay. I text him, did you go through the doors? And he goes, yeah, I went through the door. I'm like, okay, sweet. So I see these beautiful handcrafted artisan doors. I don't know if artisan is the right word here. Artistic, historical, religious artwork doors. And I'm like, I bet Sergio went through there to go to the museum. I paid for the museum, let's go. I wish I had a picture of these doors. So I walk up to this door and there's some German couple speaking in German next to me and they're, you know, middle age and they go, oh wow, is this not artistic? This is artistic, no? Sergio, my boy's on the other side. So I grab this doorknob that would never be used for customers or visitors to grab. And I yank this door open and it goes, it doesn't go, but it's like obviously opening because it's not supposed to open. This lady comes over to me, she's like, what are you doing? What are you? Some in Italian, I don't know, waving her arms. And I'm like, ma'am, I am so sorry. And here's one of the problems with living in Europe for a bit. I've lived here for almost 3 years, 2.5 years. And when you're out in the European populace, you know, you try not to blend in, you learn the language, you kind of do your best to integrate. And then you have a moment like this. Furthermore, they got this sandwich in Florence. It's pig intestine, and they got this pig intestine sauce, and you got this bread, throw the pig intestine in there, smash it up, dip it back in the sauce. It is bust, and if you're in Florence, you have to eat this. It's absolutely unbelievable. So we spend a night in Florence. And then the next day, we wake up. I did not sleep at all this night, but we were supposed to wake up at 3 to leave at 3:05 to get to our place at 4:05 with 15 minutes of leniency, with 15 minutes of wiggle room to get to our Flixbus station, because Flixbus supported this entire trip. If Flixbus didn't exist, I would have never seen any of this. So we get to our Flixbus station at 4:05. We check in. We say, okay, are we good? We're good. And then we go to Venice. Venice, the beautiful city of Venice. Incoming news. Rome Boy, who I recently talked about, our tour guide who you saw a video of, his name was Jacob. We go to Venice. And Venice is great. Love Venice. That's all a lie. Venice, I actually thought about doing a bikepacking trip from Germany to Venice. And this was before I knew that it was all like in the water, which is a big part of Venice. But you know, we take our Flixbus to Venice, we get out, take a boat ride. Here's the boat ride. You like this dramatic boat ride video? Let's go. We're on our way on the boat, we meet some other Americans. Absolutely amazing experience. I think they're from Illinois, God bless Illinois. It was wonderful. We were actually in the cabin of this boat and we're full of other Americans. There were probably 7 of them. And Sergio, my homeboy, he starts faking to throw up. He starts making gagging noises like he is about to throw up. And you know how some people like naturally, he's like, bro, what if there's, what did he say? He's like, bro, some people, if they hear the noise, they throw up. I have a friend who, if they hear the noise of somebody throwing up, they throw up. And I was like, man, I wonder if any of these other people on this shared commonplace in a mode of public transportation over water, which is the only way you can get to the main city, I wonder if anybody here is the same. And I say this, I don't know if he gets it, but he's going the whole time. And I'm like, bro, it was great. It was great. It was actually so funny. But as you tell in this video of the boat ride, it was cloudy and rainy, similar to in Florence. But I must say, anytime we had rain during the day, it always cleared up in the evening and we got a good bit of nice sunshine. But that doesn't stop the fact that we're stuck in Venice. Not stuck, but we have, 8 hours to kill. We're in Venice and it's raining and it's relatively cold. Cold and wet sucks. Everything in Venice costs an arm and a leg. And if you ask the 2 people I went on this trip with, when I spent 7.50, €7.50. And this might be cheap to my friends back in America, but €7.50 for a Nutella muffin and a coffee, just so we can hunker down inside this snack cafe and shelter ourselves from the elements. I almost cried. We were sitting here. There were pigeons everywhere inside the snack cafe. No big problem. It's just a detail I remember out of trauma response. I sit in here. I'm with my friends. I'm like, guys, minute of silence. Phone timer, minute of silence. And we all just start laughing because this is day number 4 or 3, stuck, losing money by the hour, just trying. Oh, bro. Newsflash, Sergio from the past sent me this video to show to you. Here it is.
Put this in your YouTube channel, please. And say to people, don't come to Venice when it's raining. Sucks.
Very nice. Well said, Sergio. I've known this man for a while. I've never seen him more serious than he is in that video. Like, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. We were in the struggle. Not really. We were in Venice, but gosh. Anyways, towards the end of the day, after we had recuperated, recollected ourselves, and gotten our dinner paid for free by a nice Saskatchewanese couple. People from Saskatchewan. I don't know what you call them. They're called Saskatchewanese now. This nice Saskatchewanese couple bought our dinner. After this, hopes were high. Morale was good. Sergio jumped in a giant puddle. It was fantastic. And I took these photos. Very nice. We got one of a bridge, got some cool green coloration, homeboy walking. It's alright, nothing crazy, but there's a few photos I actually quite like in here, despite the fact that they're not particularly artistic in taking them, but rather that they're good moments. For example, the guy sitting on the boat and the other boat coming. There's a lot of direction in these canals, and I really think that a few of these photos, like this one, actually got it. Here's another photo of the boat. This is the one with the taxi flag. You know, it's cool. It's cool. It gives you a little bit of the environment. Taxi boats, come on now. What did you come here for if it's not taxi boats? Then we have the 2. Here's first the portrait one, the portrait facing one, the vertical picture of them getting in the boat and saying goodbye. I watched this old man get in the boat with the help from his, I assume, family or friends. And it's just this cool perspective where you get to see into the cockpit layer of the people saying goodbye and then the city in the background. Cool photo. I don't hate it. It's not particularly wild from composition wise, but I like the layers and I like the kind of story it tells. It's kind of cool. And then here's the second one. This is the landscape version, and it's alright. Not bad. Telling kind of the same story, and I think the vertical version tells it better, but it is what it is. And then I snuck through a railing to lay in a bed of flowers to take this photo. Here's the vertical version, and it looks all right. You know, you have the balance of the light and the flowers kind of balancing the lights and the darks there. Kind of cool. Get the nice, vast, watery feeling. It's kind of like a sandwich, you know, you have the big blocks of color, the green on the bottom, the white, bluish on the top, and then you get some blue, and then you get the middle line of, you know, the city of Venice, and I thought it was fine. And then here is the horizontal version. And the only reason I think this would be any better is because it is thinner, leaves less room to this natural kind of sandwiching, color block sandwiching situation that's going on, and it has a railing to show a bit of depth. You know, it is what it is. Not a terrible photo. I've taken worse. Here are also some random photos of the city that I took on the Fujifilm. This one has a little bit of, you know, this is also one that I took on the digital camera. Not bad, not good, just kind of what it is, you know. Cool photos. Venice was awesome. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. We leave Venice. At night, we go to the Venice main station. We get on a train. I die. I don't know what happened. I didn't sleep at all the night before. Stranded in Venice. Hopes were high, and then I needed some rest. Took a 3-hour nap on the train ride to Milan. And I honestly think Milan is my favorite city that we visited. It must be between Rome and Milan, and I love them both. Great city, Milan, great city. Absolutely loved it. There was a lot. Milan's an interesting mix because it has this old, beautiful cathedral right in the center of the city. There's also a lot of new stuff. It's got this fashion aspect to it, which I'm not into, but it's there. It got some cool pictures of this area, which is the kind of fashion department. You know, you got your big hall with Sergio here, without Sergio here, with Sergio, second time. Without Sergio, second time. And this darker one right here, I think is kind of cool. I like that kind of depth that contrast difference in lighting gives it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Milan, oh my goodness, everybody stop. Wait, public service announcement. This is serious. If you are in Milan, there is a panini, I think it's called. It's a sandwich. There's a sandwich shop there. It was unreal. We went to this sandwich store. I'm looking up the name literally because people need to know about this. This place, it was the best food I ate in all of Italy by a long shot. And this number 2 was Chinese food, and I'm not even joking. So in Milan, you know what I'm talking about. You got this big cathedral, which we didn't get a chance to go into because the line was an eternity long. Kind of back behind the big cathedral, there's this sandwich store. And I'm literally looking up sandwich store. I will die on this hill. This is something people need to know. Bro, if I can't find this place, I'm doing a disservice to every single person who watches this video. The Royal Palace, bro. What the Royal Palace? Stop. Me from the future, calm down. Everything's okay. Emergency, though. Emergency. Blatant emergency. This place is called Cesarino Via Patari. The street number 2 on the street. Okay, you got this. Zip code is 20122. Okay, you got it. Milano, Italy. It has 5 stars. Every sandwich, not every sandwich, but almost all the sandwiches, $7.50. Maybe the more expensive sandwiches were 10 euros. Bro, we went there for breakfast and dinner. It was wild, bro. If you need to do something, if you need to do anything to get to this place, bro, Cesarino, I tell you, bro, it's here and it's on the screen. Go there. Okay, back to the video. Milan's great. It's a very central feeling. I think one of the reasons I love Nuremberg so much in Germany is that it has this centralized feeling. You know where you are in the main part of the city, and then you have the outer parts of the city that are also very beautiful. Photos in Milan. To end the day off in Milan, we had a wonderful time we saw this beautiful scene, a guy playing the accordion in front of a group of people, and it was actually like genuinely beautiful. There were like some children running around, and this young girl came up to him and started like just dancing in front of the thing, and it was this beautiful, heartfelt moment that everybody was like, this is awesome. And there's also the light coming through this crowd, and I took this photo. Now, this photo is weird because this photo is a little weird because it has a lot of character with this giant reflection off of the lens. Yeah, because of the effect the sunlight has on the lens, and that lens is the Helios 44-2. I got this for making some videos and doing some cool stuff with it. I don't do it in this kind of situation. And it's this big. It's a film lens made by the Russians in the Cold War, during the Cold War. And they made a bunch of them. People who are into cameras have probably heard about this lens, but really, really cool lens. And on the Fujifilm X mount, fits on great with this bad boy. And with the X-Trans sensors, it's around an 80 to 85, which is a cool focal length. I really enjoy this lens a lot. It has a lot of character. I got this lens. This is a 135 millimeter film lens that I also took some photos with. And yeah, I love adapting these film lenses to the Fujifilm X-Trans series because you get all of the film simulations and it looks nice and it looks cool. It's a great lens and it's a cool lens. I think all of these lenses give cool character. That's also why I shoot film on my grandpa's camera. And then from Milan, we took our final Flixbus and left tired and destroyed from Italy, but it was a great experience. It was a great trip overall. Got to go there with some awesome people, and I think I took a few cool photos. So I'm happy with how it went. So yeah, that is the trip to Italy and the different photos I took on the way. If you like this trip, this kind of narrative thing where I'm going through the process and seeing these pictures from different parts of the world, this is what's happening here. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And so if you like that, you have all the things you need to do, that subscribe, that follow, let's get it. the Instagram, the TikTok. You know I'm on there. You know I'm present. You know I'm online. Come on now, what are we doing? If you like this type of content, if you want to support it, go find those things. They're there for you. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you made it through all right, and I will catch you in the next one. Let's get it.